Hey guys, Jay, welcome back to the channel. So guys, Target Fall Geek Out hasn't been my favorite event. I mean, I've told you many times how I feel about this sort of predatorial marketing. It's not a convention. it's just a sale, really. But I do have to admit, sometimes they have some pretty interesting offerings. And today, they actually caught my attention with a brand new release, which in all honesty, I didn't think I was going to get another chance at. And now, Super7 has brought back something which I think everyone's going to be excited for. Let's take a look at what was dropped on Target Fall Geek Out, because this one actually really has got my attention. Let's have a look, everybody. Guys, I just wanted to remind everybody that I and my friend Danny Green will be at Jolanta 2025, September 26th, 27th, and 28th at the Gas South Convention Center, 6400 Sugarloaf Parkway, Duluth, Georgia. This is an amazing celebration of G.I. Joe and, of course, the history behind it. As a matter of fact, a few gentlemen who actually have literally written the book on G.I. Joe are going to be there, including Larry Hama, truthfully, one of the authors of G.I. Joe, writing for the comics and creating much of the lore for many of the characters who we love so much. He's going to be there at Jolanta, taking a look at all of his work. I mean, he worked on Bucky O'Hare, the Nth Man, G.I. Joe, of course, Wolverine. I mean, that man is literally a comics legend. You have to meet Larry Hama in person at Jolanta 2025. And we'll also be seeing Ron Rudat, another incredible historian and basically creator of the G.I. Joe brand for the most part. He is an incredible individual, and literally from toys to comics to the actual lore behind the whole idea of G.I. Joe, the man has been working in the toy industry for such a long time. And of course, we have Michael Charles Hill, who literally wrote some of the most popular episodes of G.I. Joe and Transformers. You guys have to meet all of these incredible individuals who helped pretty much establish G.I. Joe as one of our foremost 80s children's cartoons and comics toy line. It's absolutely amazing. Guys, definitely head up to Jolanta, September 26th, 27th, 28th. And of course, my good friend Danny Green and myself will be there celebrating El Dragoon, the story of Juan Juanes, a washed-up, retired luchador wrestler who discovers that the darkness in his past is actually linked to an ancient spiritual war. He must return to the ring after so many years to try and find out how he can save the souls of humanity and, of course, retrieve his lost love. This is a wonderful tale about redemption, secret societies, and he has to go back to find exactly how he's connected to this underground world. Guys, I hope you'll join us at Jolanta 2025. We'll be showcasing so many new reveals for the book itself, from the illustrations all the way to the inking. The process is absolutely incredible. Huge shout out to our good friend Sebastian Navas, who made all this happen. And of course, the narrative helped by our good friend Gilly Red's Comics, created by Danny Green himself. It's going to be awesome. You guys have to check it out. We'll have a whole bunch of new prints on sale, which are only exclusive to Jolanta, as well as brand new details on the apparel that we're going to have available for purchase to help fund the actual campaign, as well as new details on action figures, which we hope to actually get off the ground. This is an amazing, amazing brand new IP, and we hope you guys will enjoy it. Head over to eldragoon.com, sign up for our mailing list. That way you'll be able to know exactly when the newest drops for El Dragoon happen, and you'll be able to find out more details about the actual Kickstarter. We hope to see you guys there. Heading over to our good friend over at Thundercats Collectors Hub, JP dropped this literally on my head this morning. And when I saw this, I literally was like, what is going on? Thundercats are returning to Target Fall Geek Out, and I am absolutely over the moon with this, because it's not just Ultimates. No. It is the LJN style Thundercats. I actually thought that I would not have a second chance at this, and now they're actually in retail stores. This is awesome, guys. Let's have a look at what JP was able to send me this morning and give me a huge shock, because this one's crazy. Heading over to the Target Fall Geek Out. As you guys know, I'm not the biggest fan of this event, although I'm falling over by saying this. Tripping over my words here, guys. The Fall Geek Out, of course, is not really a convention, guys. It literally is just a highlight of different, products, which I don't really mind for the most part. But I think it is a little bit, predatorial and making this an exclusive event, kind of, just preying on people's FOMO. I think that that's the biggest problem with this. I have not been shy about my opinions about Target Fall Geek Out, Walmart Collector Con. Sorry, Walmart Collect. What I don't even know what they're called anymore. They just seem a little bit, more like marketing aspects for big companies. Having said that, they do actually partner up with many companies to actually release exclusives for the most part, at least for the first 6 months or so. After that, it seems like they're released into the public and released into the wild. Sorry about that, guys. And yeah, you can just wait a little bit, and they actually will show up in stores eventually. But for the most part, depending on what product it is, sometimes it's GI Joe, sometimes it's Thundercats. They can only be available at Target exclusive or perhaps Walmart. So it is one of those things where you have to pick your poison. Heading back to Target Fall Geek Out, I am really excited about this particular release because, honestly, when this first got released, I didn't think it was going to be a big deal. I thought it was actually going to be something that was easy to get. It actually did not end up that way. It sold out very, very quickly. And actually, my good friend JP over at Thundercats Classics pointed out some things which I didn't notice at first. So I wanted to go through these with you. Thundercats Deluxe figures, LJN style. This was drop number 2, so this is the week number 2. Thundercats Deluxe figures are backed with Wave 3 in a sleek design from Super7, expertly blending new with nostalgia. Snag Lion-O, the courageous leader of the Thundercats, and his trusted companion Snarf, as they continue to their quest to save Third Earth. Something that I didn't notice at first, these, according to JP, might be pinless examples of Lion-O. Zooming in on the figure itself, on the actual solicitation photo, it does appear that this might be the actual new body style for Lion-O, which would be amazing. What really gets me with these LJN style designs is that they actually put in some of the mistakes, like the Thundercats logo being so just absolutely terribly created on this character. It looks awesome, I'll be honest with you, because this literally is the way they looked like when they came out of the factory. There was no tempo wing back then, you know what I mean? They didn't have printing technology to actually get these on the characters. So this literally is how it looked. The actual lower mandible sort of curved right into the top of the mouth. It was really kind of ridiculous. But the fact that these are possibly going to be pinless examples, that's really cool. Heading over to the actual purchase itself. Okay. Unfortunately, I'm not really sure if we're going to be able to afford these because they are listed at a whopping $399,139.99 for Lion-O. Release date is on Sunday, October 5th, and Snarf is listed at a whopping $399,135.99. Oh my God, I'm choking here. I'm choking here. This is nuts. Oh no. Oh no. What is happening here, guys? What is happening? Let's take a look at some more of these details because I'm not sure any of us can afford this. Holy crap. This is insane. This is absolutely bonkers. I mean, seriously. I know it's probably a glitch. It's probably a glitch, but it's always hilarious when you see these little errors pop up, especially during a launch. This is something where people are expecting to see these things and actually very excited. And I'm pretty sure not just myself, but the Mad Hatter, everybody out there is probably going nuts taking a look at this price. This is just absolutely stupid and ridiculous, but it is pretty funny. More than likely, it's going to get corrected at around noon Eastern Standard Time, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, I would imagine. But for now, no one's going to pick this up at $399,135. It's absolutely crazy. Anyway, other than the mistakes that have been made, let's take a look at Lion-O himself. Again, I think that JP has made a good point. It does appear as if this is going to be a pinless example of Lion-O. It looks like he has the brand new knees as well. So I think that this is based off of the new Lion-O Buck, which is freaking awesome. And additionally, it is another reason to pick up this figure if you haven't already picked him up on the first time around, or if you did. Sorry, if you did pick him up on the first time around. After all, the original body is a little bit dated. It has, as we've all mentioned, pinned elbows, pinned knees, but it is the standard for the Thundercats buck. As a matter of fact, a lot of people, including Jonathan over at Nostalgia Unboxed, has said that it was one of the best Super 7 figures he's ever played with. However, he also noted that it was probably just taken off of the original mold from Mattel. So that's actually something to consider. However, I do have to say that this new body is not so bad. If they actually get the face right, or if they just lift the face directly off of the original mold that they had, then maybe this can be a home run in every sort of every sense of the word. I guess time will tell. He comes with the red claw shield, which of course is signature to the toy. I love this. This is amazing that they've actually recreated this in 1-to-1. And of course, the red Sword of Omens. And this is so much fun, honestly, guys. I'm super happy that they've actually put this together for this release. He looks absolutely amazing. He comes in the DX packaging, which is very, very signature to this entire release at Target. Lion-O toy version, the deluxe action figure. I am really excited about this, and it really does harken back to the original LJN box and the overall design. I really am getting nostalgic vibes on this. Huge shout out to Super 7 for making this happen. Great stuff. The back, of course, is your standard Lion-O VHS packaging. So really nothing else to talk about there. But it's really great. It's really great to see Lion-O at $399,135. I don't think anybody's going to pick this up on the first time around until it actually gets changed. Let's take a look at Snarf, the Snarf. Super 7 Thundercats FGO. What is FGO? For goodness sake. Snarf, toy recolored deluxe figure, $399,135.99. This is freaking awesome. Let's take a look at the Snarf. There he is in his toyetic colors. And this is interesting. They've actually decided in a very, very good move to include the Dagger of Omens with Snarf, thereby completing the actual long sword and short sword. Great choice, Super 7. That's actually really, really amazing in terms of its overall mythos. I love it. He also comes with the satchel. I would have liked if he came with a couple pieces of candy fruit. And the reason I say that is because at $399,000, it's going to be hard to justify, this figure. He's probably going to be $35 USD. Actually, by this price, I'm thinking he's $39 USD for inflationary reasons and, of course, tariff concerns, whatever. But he does look awesome, fully articulated, just like the original Snarf release in Ultimates. He only has one head sculpt, which is unusual because with this pack out, the Sword of Omens you would imagine he could possibly put it in his mouth, but I guess that is a bit too much. I will say that he is thin on the accessories. After all, this is a standard release at $35, probably $39 now, and I got to tell you, for such a small figure, I think this is not a value proposition anymore. Yes, he is cheaper than the Ultimates version by far, but at the same time, again, he's a really, 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 really small figure. However, if you are a fan of the LJN Thundercats designs, this is definitely one you do not want to miss. I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is the first time he's actually been released in LJN toyetic form. So yeah, this one is actually a really good collector's piece for anybody trying to collect all of the LJN Thundercats. And I got to tell you, this is if it stays under $35, I think we're okay. But again, I think that he could have really done with a extra head sculpt and possibly a couple of pieces of candy fruit. I mean, what's the satchel for? That I think is the biggest concern I have for this release. Other than that, though, I think this is a great option. Your mileage will vary at the end of the day on these ones. Whether or not you approve or disapprove of this release. $399,135.99. What the heck is going on, Target? This is kind of crazy. I fully imagine it's going to be $39.99. But great to see that Snarf has been listed on the Fall Target Geek Out. Let's take a look at the previous releases that were done on the last drop, which was last Friday, because I totally just ignored it for the most part. Actually, wait a second. There is another drop for today. It's Godzilla Super Kaiju figures from Super 7. We have Godzilla himself, as well as his nemesis, Destroyer. So it's really cool to see these guys. Taking a quick look at the pricing, they are being released at $34.99. There's the proper price, guys. I wonder if they finally fixed it. Let's hit refresh for a second. Maybe they actually fixed it for us. So hitting refresh and scrolling down, clicking on the drop, they are listed still at a whopping $399,000. They got to fix that. They have to fix that. That is a problem. The Super Kaiju figures are $34.99, the proper price. Godzilla comes with the I'm not sure what that is. I think it was in the episode of the Godzilla or the movie itself. Probably a radioactive tank which fires radio beams at Godzilla. I'm guessing. I don't really know. And then of course Destroyer, who has a piece of a building, only a piece. It only goes with a piece. At $34.99. Now, these, of course, are part of the deluxe line, very much the budget line for the DX line. Sorry, the DX line, very much budget friendly for release in stores, and they do look great. And at $35, you really can't go wrong for a really good example of Godzilla. Available right now for pre-order on Target.com. Actually, it'll be available probably at noon Eastern Standard Time, and of course 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I know, actually, he's available right now. That's amazing. I didn't think. I thought he was going to be. I thought they were going to launch it a little later, but apparently they are available right now on Target.com. And we'll take a quick look at Destroyer. He looks pretty good. Again, it's the same sculpt as more or less the same sculpt that we've seen before, but Destroyer looks pretty cool. The piece of the building, of course, is a nice touch. I definitely have nothing bad to say about that. I always appreciate it when they include little nods like that. I mean, it gives you a sense of scale about how big these guys are. But yeah, available right now on Target.com. No, I don't want to give feedback right now. Thank you very much. But let's take a quick look at the previous releases from day one drop, heading down to the bottom, all the goodness from previous drops. Let's have a quick look. We had the Lego Ideas Gremlins Gizmo Build-A-Set, which is a lot of fun. Comes with 3D glasses. That's so cool, actually. I do love the way they actually creatively make these wonderful sets. At $89.99, we have the Transformers Age of the Primes 4-figure action set with the White Prime, which of course is the core version of Ultra Magnus. We have what appears to be Bumblebee, a character I have no idea about, and I believe that is animated Nemesis Prime, which looks pretty cool. We do have the Studio Series War for Cybertron, Optimus Prime. He's looking pretty neat. And we also have Studio Series War for Cybertron, Megatron, and I do believe these are. Is this Gameverse? I'm not really sure. They do look neat though. They look freaking amazing. A reissue of Wheeljack from Transformers Studio Series. So I think that this is supposed to be for the TV series or for the movie, which is great. Of course, he didn't survive the movie. And of course, we have Vintage Bib Fortuna on $16.99. So I do believe that this is Vintage Collection. At $24.99, we have the Elite Legends Shawn Michaels action figure. He looks good. This was a very young version of Shawn Michaels. We have Reza Ramon, and he looks pretty cool with his flamboyant, boots and the crazy shorts and his signature vest. I love that. That was so good. Diesel at $24.99. Elite Legends Triple H, another younger version of the Hunter Hemsley. I gotta love that guy. Elite Legends Edition Undertaker with the soft goods coat. Love it. And this one's an interesting one. The DC crossover with Sonic the Hedgehog 5-inch action figure scale. Sonic, of course, is the Flash. Green Lantern for, I think that is Zero. And we do have, no, it is Sonic. It's still Sonic. Okay, I thought it would have been, one of the other figures, but okay, that's Sonic. And then we do have the $129.99 Lego Star Wars Wicked Ewoks, the Wicked Wicked Glinda, and Elphaba bookends. I don't know what that is. I guess it's from the movie Wicked, so I don't know exactly what that means. The Funko Pops, which look awesome, and they're all Hello Kitty based. Man, Funko, they're doing whatever they can right now. We also have Anime Hero Zero from the One Piece and Ben Presto's Geek Out Chopper statue. These are really cool, guys, and of course, they are available right now on Target.com. I find it interesting that the DC crossover with Sonic, it includes 3 different Sonics. Apparently, I thought that this was like, I thought that was Shadow. Sorry, that's what I was thinking. Is that not Shadow? I'm guessing this is Shadow, and these 2 are Sonics. It's kind of weird, but yeah, it's really neat to see Shadow and the 2 Sonics. Shadow as Batman, Sonic as Green Lantern, and of course Sonic the Hedgehog. But randomly, they've just included, I guess, a repack of, or is this a brand new Darkseid? I guess it is a brand new Darkseid. So cool. So yeah, that's kind of neat. So yeah, guys, if you're interested in getting an exclusive Darkseid figure, I mean, there you go. He's looking a little bit more toony than I think most people would expect, but I guess he would fall in line with like a Super Friends kind of idea. So it's kind of neat, guys. The Target Fall Geek Out continues, and this is the second week for the drops. And of course, Lionel, Lord of the Thundercats, along with his trusty companion Snarf, have been dropped today in their LJN toyetic form. And I am excited that this is actually happening because I honestly didn't think I was going to get another chance at these 2. So I'm really excited to be able to pick these guys up at Target for the low price of $399,135. Absolutely bonkers, everybody. I'm pretty sure that price is going to be corrected by the time somebody figures it out at around 9 a.m. Pacific time when somebody wakes up, because that is not going to go over too well with anybody trying to pick up these 2 figures. That would not work at all. Guys, let me know in the comment section below. What are your thoughts about Lino and Snarf in their new LJN toyetic versions being released on Target.com? Are you going to shell out the $399,135.99 for these 2 figures? $35, I'm hoping anyway, or maybe $39. We'll see. But the Godzilla figures were $35, so I'm hoping that they're around that price. Or have you already got yourself the LJN style Ultimates and you really don't need these guys? Although it does appear that Lino is the pinless body, so there's something to consider. What are your thoughts about the Target Fall Geek Out? Are you into this, guys, or do you feel like myself, who sees these as just different marketing aspects for companies like Target and Walmart, and it's not a convention at all? Or are you really hyped up about these types of things and look forward to them every year? Let me know those comments in the comment section below, guys. Toy News continues in 2025, everybody. As a matter of fact, my good friend Danny Green and myself are heading to Jolanta in just a few weeks. We'll be talking to the organizers of Jolanta on a live stream, and I'll have that video posted right here when it posts, and I'll see you guys there. Hope you're all doing well, staying safe, and as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching. Thundercats is back, everybody, LJN style, and they're looking pretty good. But at $399,000, can you afford them? Good journey, everybody. Geek proud.